Hey you guys, it's Peter and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. And this is one of my favorite videos of the month to film over here. I've got some vlogging coming up, I've got some reviews. I have been reading like nobody's business this month. I am reading my 86th book for the year right now. And I can't remember what it's called. It's called, hold on a second, it's a Stephanie Perkins. It's the new Stephanie Perkins book that came out, the scary one. It is called The Woods Are Always Watching. My husband and I just watched There's Someone Inside Your House on Netflix, which was adapted from the Stephanie Perkins book. Now, I have to tell you, did I already talk about this over here? I think I did. I didn't think that the book and the movie were that similar, but I have to tell you that I liked both of them equally. So, even though they weren't very similar, the concept of the town was kind of similar and stuff, but unless I don't remember the book at all, they didn't seem that similar to me. And then I just finished The Whisper Man by Alex North, which was a fantastic thriller. It was really, really good. I gave it 4 stars out of 5 because books for me that are great, I'm giving 4 stars now. Books for me that are just blow me away, I'm reserving the 5 stars for those. And I actually just downloaded another Alex North book because I'm reading all scary books in the month of October. But I have to tell you, for the month of November, other than the book for a true crime book club and other than the book that I am picking for Peter's book club, which I'm announcing today, I think I'm going to read all cozy mysteries for the month of November. I'm so excited. I was just texting Mel, who co-runs a true crime book club with me, and I was telling her that I had just updated my lists of all of the book series that I am currently reading, and I think I'm up to 28 book series that I'm currently reading, which is really funny because if you go back and watch my videos from a couple years ago, I said I don't like series. I only like to read standalone books. So it's so funny that I have through the realm of cozy mysteries, I have fallen in love with reading series. Okay, so like I said, today is one of my favorite videos of the month to film because it's where I get to announce the upcoming books for a True Crime Book Club and Peter's Book Club. Now this month for a True Crime Book Club, our book is Behind the Horror, True Stories That Inspired Horror Novels by Lee Mellor. And we haven't set the date yet for the live stream. It won't be next Sunday because that's Halloween, but it probably will be the Sunday after that. So I don't know what the date is. Let me tell you. I'm gonna guess on this, okay? It'll probably be the 7th of November, but I haven't confirmed that with Mel, but that will be the date that we go over this. So this is the book for October for True Crime Book Club. Then the books for Peter's Book Club for October are, and I have not read this one yet. I'm saving this right before the book. Well, I'll probably read this in November too then, wouldn't I? I always save the book for True Crime Book Club to read right before the book club because I want to have all of my thoughts in my head. Then the book for Peter's Book Club, the first one, it was a double feature this month. I picked 2 books. The first one was My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. I really, really, really wanted to like this, but actually I will. And I did. I liked so much of it. I will give you guys did I already do a full review? Did I do a full review when I think I talked a lot about this in my vlog. So, but I'll do a full review if I haven't. No, I think I did. I think I talked about it in my vlog at length. And then I just finished, 2 nights ago, The Mary Shelley Club by Goldie Madofsky, and I loved this book. I thought it was fantastic. It's a young adult horror novel. It's very, very well done. I had read her before she wrote Kill the Boy Band. This was so completely different, and I was really, I thought it was a very well-woven horror thriller. I really had no idea what was happening until the very end. I mean, I had some ideas, but I thought the character development was fantastic. I loved the storyline. It was intriguing. It was never a dull moment, and it got right into it. I mean, literally from the moment it starts. It kind of reminded me a little bit of I Know What You Did Last Summer meets Scream meets Gossip Girl is kind of what this book reminds me of. So I would highly, highly recommend The Mary Shelley Club. All right, let's get into the books for November for a true crime book club and for Peter's book club. Now, I have to tell you, I have to pull these up on Goodreads, so just bear with me, all right? Now, the book for a true crime book club, Mel let me pick because she picked a book, and the book that she picked was really, really long, and I said, I'm trying to meet my goal of 102 books this year, so is there any way that we could put that book off until January? And I don't mind reading it, obviously, but like, can we put it off until January? And you guys will love what we're going to read that she picked. But, so this book, because that would have been like, we had the book that I picked before this, Behind the Whore, it was a really long book too. The Gucci book, The House of Gucci, was so long. I was like, can we do shorter books for the rest of the year? So Mel just laughed and she was like, sure. So we're going to do that in January. So we were trying to figure out what to read for November, and we really couldn't find a lot that was like enticing or inspiring us. We both agreed that we kind of wanted to go back to reading like true crime or serial killers or things like that. Well, while I was on Audible, I came across this new release. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, okay, this might be the worst book in the entire world. I have no idea, and I'm sure if it is, Mel will never let me hear the end of it. Because it's close to me, and it also involves kind of some places that I've been, I was really intrigued by this. And so the book that we are reading for a true crime book club for the month of November is called A Dark Room in Glitter Ball City, and it is by David Domine. And here I will put the cover up here for you. It came out October 5th of 2021, and it is 360 pages. And from the author, it says, hold on here, I will read you his little author profile. Hold on a sec. Oh, it's long. David Domine has called Kentucky home since moving to Louisville in 1993. Over the years, his adopted state has provided him an upending supply of artistic inspiration, so it's not surprising that from local hauntings to bourbon recipes, Kentucky spirits frequently come alive in his narratives. In addition to writing travel pieces for local and national publications, he has also published books on Victorian architecture, regional cooking, folklore, and haunted history. David has an MA in German literature from the University of California at Santa Barbara and an MA in Spanish literature from the University of Louisville. He also completed studies in literary translation at the Karl Franzens University in Graz, Austria, and received an MFA in writing from Spalding University. Wow. When he's not writing, he teaches languages and literature classes at the university. When he's not writing or teaching, he's usually cooking or eating. His current projects include the forthcoming novel, Peter Paul's Kitchen, and a true crime book about the bizarre 2009 murder of drag queen Jamie Carroll and the subsequent trials of alleged killers Jeffrey Monn and Joseph Bannis. So he wrote the book, and let me tell you what it's about. Now, I used to go out to Louisville, Kentucky to the Connection Bar complex all the time, okay? I used to go, they had drag shows all the time, like they have a huge, it's not there anymore, but they had a huge stage. Louisville, Kentucky was kind of in the Midwest. For a while, it was like Indianapolis, like the hub of drag, but then Louisville, Kentucky became that. And we would go down there, I mean, literally like every other weekend. And so a group of my friends and I would go down there. Alex and I used to drive down there and go down there just for the drag shows, the drag pageants, National Entertainer of the Year drag pageant is there every year in Louisville, Kentucky. And so it's kind of a drag hub. So, and it has a lot of great gay clubs. And back in the day, if you've ever been to Louisville, Kentucky back in the day, you probably went to the Connection Bar complex. So when I read this, I was like, okay, this is really interesting to me. Not to mention, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. And so, which is a book that Mel and I have kind of thrown around about reading, but I've already read it and seen the movie. I would do it again, but anyway, so when I read this, I was like kind of intrigued. This true crime saga with an eccentric southern backdrop introduces the reader to the story of murder in a crumbling Louisville mansion and the decades of secrets and corruption that live within the old house's decades. On June 18, 2010, police discover a body buried in the wine cellar of a Victorian mansion in Old Louisville. James Carroll, shot and stabbed the year before, has lain for 7 months in a plastic storage bin, his temporary coffin. However, Jeffrey Monn and his boyfriend Joseph Bannis point the finger at each other in what locals dub the Pink Triangle murder. On the surface, this killing appears to be a crime of passion, a sordid love tryst gone wrong in a creepy old house. But as author David Domine sits in on the trials, a deeper story emerges. The struggle between hope for a better future on the one hand and the privilege and power of the status quo on the other. As the court testimony devolves into he said contradictions, David draws on the confidences of neighbors, drag queens, and other acquaintances within the city's vibrant LGBTQ community to piece together the details of the case. While uncovering the many past lives of a mansion itself, he enters a murky underworld of gossip, neighborhood scandal, and intrigue. So I'm really excited about this. I think this will be a great book to read for November. There's that. Oh, Mel just, she just texted me while I'm filming my, so hey Mel, how are you? All right, now the book that I am picking, and I went kind of back and forth over the book that anyway, so that'll be a great book for November. End. Bookend that one. Now I have to pull up the other one. Okay, so I went kind of back and forth over what I was going to pick for, hold on a second. How am I going to pull this up? Okay, I went back and forth over the book that I was going to pick for November on Peter's Book Club, because I always try to pick books that are new, that maybe like a lot of people haven't read, but also books that would be interesting to people. And you know, I like to read books that are a little bit more suspenseful, but I'm starting to find that sometimes with books that aren't that well known, maybe they're not that great as well either. So I picked a book that my best friend has already read. It's also new. It just came out recently, and my best friend said that it was fantastic. I already have it on Audible, and I'm ready to read it. It's extremely long, though. It is 18 hours long. Where is it at? Why can I not find this? And that is called, hold on a second. Oh my gosh, why can't I find it on here? Apples Never Fall by Liane Moriarty. And she is the author of Big Little Lies. And she is also the author of, what is it called? Nine Perfect Strangers, which is a show right now on Hulu, I believe, which I haven't finished the book or read the book, so I'm not going to watch it until I do. But here is Apples Never Fall, and this is from Liane Moriarty. It came out September 14th, 2021. It is 467 pages. It's like 18 hours on... This is why I didn't need 2 long books this month on Audible, and here is what it is about. Oh my lord, the synopsis is so long. From #1 New York Times bestselling author Liane Moriarty comes a novel that looks at marriage, siblings, and how the people we love the most can hurt us the deepest. The Delaney family love one another dearly. It's just that sometimes they want to murder each other. If your mother was missing, would you tell the police? Even if the most obvious suspect was your father? This is the dilemma facing the 4 grown Delaney siblings. The Delaneys are fixtures in their community. The parents, Stan and Joy, are the envy of all their friends. They're killers on the tennis court, and off it, and their chemistry is palpable. But after 50 years of marriage, they finally sold their famed tennis academy and are ready to start what should be the golden years of their lives. So why are Stan and Joy so miserable? The 4 Delaney children, Amy, Logan, Troy, and Brooke, were tennis stars in their own right. Yet, as their father will tell you, none of them had what it took to go all the way. But that's okay. Now that they're all successful grown-ups, and there is the wonderful possibility of grandchildren on the horizon. One night, a stranger named Savannah knocks on Stan and Joy's door, bleeding after a fight with her boyfriend. The Delaneys are more than happy to give her the small kindness she sorely needs. If only that was all she wanted. Later, when Joy goes missing and Savannah is nowhere to be found, the police question the one person who remains, Stan. But for someone who claims to be innocent, he, like many spouses, seems to have a lot to hide. Two of the Delaney children think their father is innocent. 2 are not so sure. But as the 2 sides square off against each other in perhaps their biggest match ever, all the Delaneys will start to re-examine their shared family history in a very new light. Sounds really good, doesn't it? But now that after I've read the synopsis, I can tell Liane Moriarty, I wouldn't have called this book Apples May Fall. I would have called it Match Point. Oh my god, would that have not been so good? Match Point. Because it even says, like, the 2 sides square off each other against a match, and they're tennis players. Match Point. She should have called me. She should have called me. So anyway, those are the books for November. I'm really excited about it. Let me know if you're going to read along with us for the True Crime Book Club or for Peter's Book Club in the comment section below. I love you guys. I'm a cheerleader, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.